Sometimes you want the highest possible performance and you want to show it off. Other times you want to be a little bit more sleek and refined, which is why I'm excited to tell you that today's video is sponsored by MSI for us to take a look at their Raider 18HX notebook as well as the Stealth 18 AI Studio. Because you see, we actually already did a video on the older brother to the Raider 18HX. It's known as the MSI Titan, and that thing is one of the most glorious pieces of hardware that I've ever had the pleasure of getting my hands and eyes on. It is the most extreme laptop in every single way possible, pushing the boundaries in both specs as well as some of the accoutrement of the Cherry mechanical per key RGB keyboard, as well as the world's first seamless RGB haptic touchpad. But the Raider is just that, but a more sensible younger brother. It doesn't have all of that pizzazz, but it does still have room for all of that hardware. And in fact, thanks to MSI, we were able to give away the Titan to one of our community members over on our Twitch streams. He has been enjoying it thoroughly. It was a massive upgrade for him. So big thank you to MSI for not only sponsoring this video, but allowing our community to get a taste of the ultimate gaming laptop. But I'm gonna read you the spec list of the Raider 18HX, and it's gonna sound very familiar to the Titan. You have the Intel Core i9-14900HX. That's 24 cores at 5.8 gigahertz. It's got a full power RTX 4090 mobile graphics card. Our configuration of the Raider has 64 gigabytes of DDR5, but it still has the exact same 4 slots that you find on the Titan, allowing you to expand it up to 192 gigabytes of total memory in a laptop. Our notebook also came equipped with a 2 terabyte NVMe 4.0 drive, but just like the Titan, it has room for one Gen 5 drive and one Gen 4 drive. It also has Wi-Fi 7, meaning it's equipped to go up to 5.8 gigabytes in throughput, which is a huge boost for us because we're moving into a brand new studio, and I just equipped it with 33 gigabit Wi-Fi 7 TP-Link mesh routers, and I'm excited to start getting my hands on all of that throughput at the studio. It's also got a 99.9 watt-hour battery, meaning that you have the maximum possible capacity that you could fit while also still being TSA and flight ready. But one of my favorite things about the Titan that is still present here on the Raider as well as on the Stealth 18 is the screen. This is one of the most immaculate gaming screens I've gotten my eyes on. It's 18 inches, it's a 3840 by 2400 resolution, meaning it's a 16 by 10 aspect ratio, covers 100% of the DCI-P3 color space, 2:1,000,000 contrast ratio, mini LED, but the big kicker is it's HDR 1000. So you're getting a ton of brightness in the screen. As you can see, this cyberpunk scene that's currently running is just illuminated. I'm under full studio lights. A normal monitor would not display this brightly, especially with HDR being enabled on this. You also have that for the Stealth 18, which we'll talk about in a second, but that screen is just so fantastic. It is better than any desktop screen that I currently have in my possession, and it makes me want to rectify that soon, upgrading to some higher HDR brightness desktop monitors. But to allow you to play the games on this, it's powered by a 330 watt power brick, giving you a total power delivery to the notebook of 250 watts, with it dynamically allowing you to get 175 watts to the 4090 and 75 watts to the 14900HX. That is a lot of power being delivered, and it's cooled by their Cooler Boost 5 technology. You've got 2 fans, 6 heat pipes with 3D cooling stands, allowing you to keep this thing nice and cool. And right now it's been running at full speed this entire video. And while it's noticeable, I know that it's actually working. This is not loud for a gaming laptop. And while you don't have the Cherry mechanical keyboard, you still have a per key RGB SteelSeries keyboard with a matrix light bar up front. So you're still getting some gamer pizzazz, but not the full RGB trackpad that you found on the Titan. But it also has an incredible speaker system. It's got 6 Dynaudio speakers, both top and bottom firing, and you have a ton of I/O. On the right side, you got a Thunderbolt 4 port with PD 3.1 charging, another Thunderbolt 4 port, a 3.2 Gen 2 A port, and an audio combo jack. On the rear, you've got an RJ45 Ethernet, HDMI 2.1 capable of 8K 60, and the power delivery. And then on the left side, full SD card reader, and then 2 more USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A ports. Essentially packed with everything that you need to have a fully desktop class powerful notebook at your disposal. And in terms of performance, it's essentially identical to what we found on the MSI Titan. Busting things to that 4K resolution, high settings, it gets super close to a desktop equivalent that's actually power limited down to that 250 watt total. And while the Raider is impressive, it is again the less RGB aggressive version of what the Titan has. The Stealth also bears some mentioning as well. This thing can be packed with it up to an RTX 4090, only 150 watts versus the 175, but it can come with up to the Core Ultra 9185H, which is equipped with an NPU, allowing you to mix that with the RTX graphics card that you have inside of this to do AI tasks, such as use MSI's AI engine and MSI's AI artist. You can get up to 96 gigabytes of DDR5 with the 2 RAM slots. It can fit 2 Gen 4 SSDs, but again, it still has that same incredible screen of that 4K mini LED 120 Hz HDR 1000 display with Wi-Fi 7, a vapor chamber cooler, a 99.9 watt-hour battery still, but coming in much slimmer and sleeker than the Raider. 6.3 pounds, 2.89 kilograms versus the 8 pounds or 3.6 kilos of the Raider. But also the thinness of the Stealth. At its thickest dimensions of 23.99 millimeters, it's still slimmer than the thinnest dimensions of the Raider. So you're packing in a lot of hardware into a space that is slim and sleek and is worthy of the name of stealth. But it's honestly been incredible to play around with these laptops. The Raider allowing me to experience yet again what the MSI Titan was capable of. Again, we gave that away to one of our community members. Big thanks to MSI for allowing us to do that. So I have had a hankering for a high class quality laptop here in the studio, and I've been able to satisfy that with the Raider 18HX. You also have the Stealth 18 AI Studio, complete with the Core Ultra series of Intel CPUs. And what you have here is an impressive lineup at the top of the range from MSI, allowing you to take care of both gaming, productivity, AI acceleration, either going with the sleek or going with the powerful, but still getting a ton of hardware either way. Again, big thank you to MSI for sponsoring today's video. You can check out both the Raider 18HX as well as the Stealth 18 AI Studio at the link in the video description. And speaking of studios, I believe this is the last full UFD Tech video that we're filming in this office. We will see you in the next one. Until then.